Man, what's really good, YouTube? Ibo bringing you the Victor content you want and need, and today we're revisiting the Victor Essential series, but quite possibly the best power crush in the game currently. Now, I know I called Victor's While Running 2 the best running move in Tekken history in my previous video, but again, I'm not going to downplay this character. Like, we all know he's silly in his own way, and his power crush is one of the options that highlights how difficult it can be to deal with even the most average Victor. So, anywho, thanks so much for clicking on the video first and foremost. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a like if you liked the video, obviously, and leave a comment. Tell me what you liked about the video, tell me what you didn't like, tell me what you think I should cover in my next one. Always open to listening to the feedback and the recommendations of you guys, so please make sure you guys do that for me so I can make more content for you. Alright, let's just jump right into it. Let's get into the properties of the move and what makes this move super like crazy. I'm going to try to make this video as concise, quick, and straight to the point as possible. I know the last video that I made was like kind of long, and I know that not a lot of people have a lot of time to watch a 28-30 minute video on one particular move. So essentially 15 frames high, really fast. Powercrush heat engager. Okay, those are the main ones, right? Let's talk about the range really quick. So there's no easy way to put this. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Okay, this move's hitting from out here. Okay, it's hitting from about 3.4, 3.3 because Asuka is a smaller character. So let's see, maybe 3.3. Trying to get like max tip range. Okay, so around 3.2. If you notice the distance from opponent located at the bottom little blue box, okay, if you are around this range, it's most likely going to hit your opponent, which is absolutely insane. Okay, not to mention it also, you see the little green icon with the little character like being pushed backwards, that signifies wall break, and what that means is that you can use this move to activate any stage hazard, so wall blast, wall break, hard wall break like we have on Sanctum here, and it will allow you to extend your combos for more damage, more wall carry, you name it, right? And essentially, because it's a wall break option, it gives you the opportunity to get, you know, a little bit more creative on your combo routes, and also at the same time, on a stage like Sanctum, it allows you to break the hard wall break with one combo before you even tornado. Let me give you an example of that right now. So if you use Perfumer, or whatever, Perfumer 221, hit the high wall, splat, break the wall, okay, and now you still have resources. Heat, boom boom, and you can for whatever combo you want to do. That's obviously a very basic combo, but you get the gist. You can really maximize if you have a good understanding of how to get these high wall splat combos, with back 1+2 being the high wall splat move. Now, the reason I have Asuka here with us today is because I wanted to show the difference between her power crush and Victor's, but more so to showcase how much better Victor's power crush is compared to hers. As far as the tracking goes, it's not that good, right? Victor can freely step it at -6 and get launches and whatnot, right? Which kind of highlights where like the best places to place those kind of moves are, right? Like the power crush need to be placed more defensively than offensively, you know what I'm saying? But it really depends, right? But the main thing that is different about the power crush is the range, right? So where Victor can kind of sit out here at range 3.30 and tip hit Asuka with the power crush no problem, Asuka doesn't have that same luxury, and if she's not extremely close to her opponent, there's the chance that the power crush might whiff, and that's 2.7, right? So what's the difference? 3.3 to 2.7, that's pretty substantial, right? Let me just check one more thing actually. So it needs to be, I think, if it's not 2.7, it must be 2.6, right? Okay, so 2.6 is the range for Asuka, and 3.30 is the range for Victor against Asuka. So that is pretty substantial. To make matters worse, let's go to one of my favorite characters in the game, Brian. I'm going to show you the duality of man of the game. So this is probably one of Brian's better buttons, right? One of his big counter hit options. Hits from about 2.5, but anything past that is just useless. I'm at 2.6, 2.5 right there. I'm holding back. You know, it's insane to me that Brian could have that mid counter hit tool that is so essential to his game plan, and it can be so linear and so slow, and Victor can have something that will not only counter hit it, but also just something that will hit from a further range. Like this as a keep out tool is just insane. Look at the range. 3.4? Hold on. Okay, I'm getting too greedy. 3.4. 3.4 versus Brian's 3+4 that doesn't even hit at 2.7. Isn't that something? That's crazy. So I hope you can see how ridiculous this move is if you haven't already. Alright, now let's go ahead and talk about when and where you're most likely going to want to be placing the Powercrush, where you want to use the move, when you want to use the move, okay? Because there's so much utility in this move, there really isn't a right or wrong answer. You can throw it out up close if you want to be annoying and you think a big button's coming out. You can throw it at this range, you know, back here if you want to use that as a keep out option to your opponent approaching. But in my opinion, I think that it's probably better used as a defensive option than it is an offensive option. And just to give you guys some basic examples, if your opponent is, let's say, stacking plus frames like this, 4-4-1 into 4-4-1, right? You don't have to eat that, right? Like, that's going to be an option that's not only going to counter them, but if you wait a little bit longer, like even if you're late on the reaction for the back 1+2, you still have time to throw the back 1+2 out, and it's either going to beat it, or it's going to eat the move and then power crush through it, giving you heat, and now you could, you know, run your mix up, do whatever you want to do, right? Additionally, if your opponent is trying to check you with a move like down forward 1, in most cases, the power crush will also beat it out. This is important to know because there are situations and options where the follow-ups will in fact beat the power crush, even if they're mid-checks, you know? It just depends on how fast the move can recover or how quickly the move starts up, okay? If the move has a fast startup, it will probably just beat it out entirely. I think I found a numerical value that I'm going to go more in depth into a little bit later in the video to give you guys a more clear understanding of the move that you want to be using in terms of speed, right? And you know, sometimes I feel like it might be okay to allow yourself to take a small punish if you know what your opponent is going to do, or if you know that your opponent is going to immediately follow up with an option that can't beat Victor's back 1+2 power crush. So for example, we have Claudio here. Claudio back 3 into back 3. It's canceling the power crush. Back 3 into jabs, power crush not coming out. It's not eating up anything, it's getting beat out. Back 3 into down forward 1 though is a little bit different. This is why it's different. I'm going to throw some numbers at you really quickly. I need you guys to stay with me. It's very simple math, but the magic number is 6. It seems like the numerical value between your frame advantage and where the move you're following up with need to meet is at 6 frames or less in order for the power crush to lose entirely. I'm going to revisit the same example, okay? Back 3 into back 3. If you guys don't know how frame advantage works, I'm going to give you a quick rundown. If you are plus in frames like this, that means whatever you are plus by, your next move will come out that many frames quicker. So faster moves quicker means that they are smaller in frames, okay? So that means plus 7 into 13 would be what? 13 minus 7, which is 6. We're back in kindergarten. Great. Same thing with the jabs. 10 minus 7 is 3. Beating it out. 6 frames or less, right? When we get to back 3 into down forward 1, though, what's 15 minus 7? It's 8. So that means that it's now live because it's not following the 6 frame or lower like rule, I guess you could say. I don't know if it's a rule. I don't know if this is a real thing or whatever, but just something that I happened to notice when I was making this video. So if you guys have any you know, variances, I guess you could say, or things that don't operate the same way with your character, please make sure to make a video on Twitter, tag me in it, send me a DM, whatever. I would love to learn about all this niche stuff. So yeah, a couple more options here to just go through really quick. We got Claudio 1-2 into 1-2. Obviously has tons of frame advantage behind it. It's 10 frames, fastest move. It's gonna check on hit for sure every time. Jabs in general are just a really good way to stop victors from doing, like, running their generic game plan. It beats the mix-up, the fake mix-up a lot of the time. It checks the Powercrush most of the time on like moderate to like high amounts of frame advantage, and then on top of that, they're gonna have to start doing riskier options like down back 4 to get around it. And when they start doing down back 4, you got them right where you want them. Because at that point, now you're just scouting back 1+2 or down back 4, and they're both launch punishable. So take that information and use it wisely, my friends. Another one, down forward 2. Where it really starts to get like crazy is when you start doing like more riskier options. Forward 4. Yeah, because the math on that is what? Let's see. So that's +8 into 22. 22 minus 8 is 14. And that's way above the 6 frame rule. So notable one as well, forward 3 into forward 4. You would think, right? You have so much frame advantage because you're +15 and you go for a move like this. No. 22 minus 15 is 7. Now, I'm no mathematician, but I don't think 7 is 6. So you do the math. All right, we're back on Victor. As far as the heat properties go, okay, very simple, very simple. Okay, we're in heat. Pull forward, you get a follow-up. Cool. I think up 1+2 is the most damaging follow-up. I don't think Victor has another move that does nearly as much damage. Maybe just forward 1+2 that does 53. Does 57. It's no brainer. In combo though, you can actually extend. You can do whatever you want. I don't know what the combo would be. Something of that nature. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. So yeah, simple, straight to the point. Extend combos and get flat damage, which is really good. Here are just some niche applications that they're not even really niche, honestly. You'll probably see a Paul player do this at some point or another if you run into him. So it's just some down forward 1 sway option selecting. Like, you don't even have to think. You throw that out. That's the homing move. Sway back 4, I think. Oops, wrong button. That's the heat engager, sway back 2. That's sway back 1+2, the new move that should technically power crush. I think even if I wait as long as I possibly can, it still ends up getting. Hey, look at that. That is crazy. That is so crazy. And the sway back 1, right? And then obviously, because it's a power crush, it's gonna lose to this sway back 3. But that's okay. That's like out of 5. You have an 80% chance of getting it right, technically. So, again, I'm no mathematician, but you do the math on that. And that's gonna just about wrap up this episode of Victor Tekken 8 Essentials Back 1+2 edition. Yeah, the move is broken. And what can I say? I understand why you guys feel the way you feel about it, but there are ways to get around it. There are ways to deal with it. There are ways to check it. So you will not receive any sympathy from me. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you like the video, make sure you like the video. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And then on top of that, make sure you leave that nice juicer comment letting me know what you liked about the video, maybe what you didn't like about the video, and most importantly, what you want to see next from me. I am currently still making videos from the last round of recommendations that you guys gave me, so I haven't forgot about you guys. Combo videos are probably coming soon, and yeah, some other juicy stuff that I can't really talk about yet. But until then, I'll see you guys. Thanks for watching. Peace out.